Hello, this is Scary Scars Shared, in which real project managers share what they have learned from their most challenging project management experiences with me, Ken Burrell, from the PMO Professionals. If PMO is your thing, you might want to follow or subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell to be notified of new content. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Rich Coles from Productive Project Solutions. Rich, please could you start by introducing yourself and giving us a flavour of your background and how you got into project management?
Hi Ken, thanks for inviting me. Project management, been involved in it for 20 plus years. How did I get started? 5 years in the military and go, right, I get things done. And so I got into project management. I started off working in consumer goods. And so a lot of my time was working in bringing new products to market, product development. But over that time, I've worked in HR projects, in transformation projects, in IT projects, in property projects. So, I've worked in all sorts of different sectors, be it, in the pharmaceutical, consumer goods, property, hospitality, retail. So what I love is work with people to get things done.
Okay, so looking back over your career in project management, can you give us an example of when a project that you were leading or managing went wrong and what you learned from it?
Yes, unfortunately. But again, that's the whole thing, isn't it?
Yes.
We build our confidence over the years and we think, the projects I work on, they just seem to happen. And then you suddenly get one which goes wrong. So thanks for getting me to think back into my past and things which I tried to forget about. But no, I had a particular project where, everything was going really well at the time. There was this other side project. There was an initiative which was being piloted for a rollout, and I was brought in to manage the rollout. And this was one of those pet projects. There's a level of confirmation bias, let's just maybe say, that might have happened because it was wanted and there were deadlines to get it rolled out. I came in, brought the team together, made sure we had an effective plan, as I thought, risk mitigation as we went through. However, when we hit rollout, things started to go pretty wrong, pretty rapidly. Right. And therefore, it was a great lesson also in learning what to do when things go wrong as well, and actually dealing with that and fighting the fire. But I'm sure you want to know, why did it go wrong in the first place?
Yeah, so come on, don't be coy. What happened? What went wrong?
The key issue was that we were rolling out equipment into a live operational environment. Some pilot testing had happened with a couple of environments. Now, it's quite a complex environment where this equipment was being rolled out to. And ultimately, there's lots of different locations which had different permutations of what the layout, etc., was going to be. Now, it had been tested. We went and said, well, what's the size of the equipment? Will it fit? We had all the measurements, believed it did, understood all the information that was available. We made various assumptions, did some risk management to say, well, if it's this scenario, then that's fine. We can manage that in the budget. The issue was that, if we planned on, I don't know the exact numbers, 5%, for example, of failure rate or 10% of failure rate, actually it turned out to be 20, 30% of failure rate in terms of installations because there wasn't space for this equipment to fit where it was planned. That was kind of one issue. The other issue was also the quality of the installation was poor, which caused operational issues. Pretty disastrous for the operations actually going on. There's more and more aborted visits where we went, don't just try and fit it in. If it doesn't fit, stop. And that's when the numbers just went up and up and up. It was not a happy time. Let's just say when I was there going, I'm the savior. I know how to manage projects and I've done it and I've got the team and I've got my risks and I've got the plan. Let's crack on. Yeah. So
no, it sounds really challenging. So how did you overcome that situation then where you've got lots of pieces of equipment to install and they just won't fit or the installation's not good enough?
Communication. So first and foremost, when things go wrong, what do you do about it? Head in the sand or actually lean in? Manage communication. Communication, let's just say, can get around to people very fast when people think, I better tell someone about this bit. And then suddenly, before you know it, people are saying, I hear this is going wrong. So for me, The first bit was manage communications, get on board and let people know what was going wrong, set expectation within the business, up to board level of this is the situation, just so you know what's going on, and then committing to updates of what's going on. The regret and the big learning on this case was, as I came in, the pilot phase was finishing, one individual was actually leaving the organization. And so there were lots of assumptions that were handed over in that process. In the end, we then had to bring in a particular part of the business who knew the buildings inside out, and they dealt with the buildings in reality, should have been managing the program from the outset, actually. They were brought in, an amazing team was assembled, who just stayed totally calm and understood, said, right, okay, we are where we are. Let's understand how we resolve the situation and move forwards. We can look backwards afterwards to understand what happened, but first things first, let's resolve this because this is causing issues. So that power team made all the difference, and there wasn't any recrimination. It was all about let's get it together and get it done. And the support I had was absolutely amazing. I could have been hung out to dry, but there wasn't any of that because everyone understood and they looked back and said, actually, we did what we thought was the right thing at that moment in time, but let's learn from it. Whilst we want to go forwards, there's no point disrupting the business. So we've had to press pause, but better to stop and not disrupt everyday business. We need to go back and survey the sites that we were doing the installations into, send us photographs so we could understand and then make better plans. And then we just totally changed the rollout plan and rather said, okay, yes, actually, it's going to take longer. It's going to cost more because if we're going to do it right, we need to do it that way. So I guess one of the other learnings is we were trying to go fast because the business wanted to go fast. We thought we had the right information, assumptions, but we hit a roadblock pretty damn fast. But you know what? Disrupting everyday business was not an option. So therefore, it's better to take that hit and do it right and then learn from it.
What did you learn from that?
It's always about speaking to the people who are closest to the ground, who are accountable for then results. They're the ones who are going to say, actually, this is what could go wrong. So one is the assumptions. And whilst I thought I'd done sufficient due diligence and got all the information that was available on that side, it was almost that challenge of wanting to work at speed. So really drill down into the assumptions. Could I have done more on that? But clearly I could have, as I discover. Why didn't I? Because of time, because of I thought I had the right information. So it's difficult. Could I end up doing it again? Yes. But I'm so much more aware now of actually testing assumptions on that side. And I think the other piece also is then the accountability of the people you're getting the information from. What I mean by that is when you're saying, actually, if the people who are giving you those assumptions are also involved and going to be impacted by the end result, actually they're going to probably think a lot harder and go, my neck is on the line more.
They've got skin in the game.
So skin in the game, absolutely. So I think the key for me is one, assumptions, really look and understand what could the flaws and weaknesses be in your assumptions. And then two, the team, make sure the people giving you those assumptions have accountability and skin in the game. Having had a few projects which have gone, really south, when things went wrong, I kind of hand up straight away. I lent into it and I managed the communication. I didn't let the communication run away from me or others take control or step back. I assumed accountability for it. Mm-hmm. And I said, right, what am I going to do about it? Don't create a gap in their minds in between when you're updating. So for me, guys, I don't have a further update, but I'm doing it. And this is what's happening next. Communication is absolutely key for that.
Rumour loves a vacuum, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And you know what? When people see that you're doing everything you can within your power to resolve it, they will give you the space to do it. Yeah, I was devastated, to actually have been at the helm of a project that went wrong. But I learned so much, and it's in the back of my mind on every project I do go forward.
Thanks, Rich, for sharing your experiences with us. Having heard about Rich's experience, what can you learn from it? What will you do differently in your projects as a result? If you enjoyed this interview, give us a like or a comment, and you may want to consider following or subscribing. Don't forget to hit the bell to be notified of new content. If you'd like to receive free project management hints and tips, sign up to our semi-regular newsletter. The links are somewhere around this video. I'm Ken Burrell from the PMO Professionals. If you'd like to share one of your scars with me, then get in touch. In the meantime, until the next time, thanks for listening.